Hi friends, I'm Nancy Thompson with Create with Nancy, and it's time for some creative ink today. It's my weekly live video to share some inspiration with you so you can get creative, whether you are a new stamper or a seasoned stamper. You can come join me and get inspired and share your creations with others, which is what it's all about, to share what we love and love what we do as we inspire others to share their creativity. So come on in. Today is Wednesday, March 8th, and we are using the Cup of Tea bundle. It's in the annual catalog, and I haven't used it in a little bit, so I hope you come on in and say hello. Let me know if you're joining me, where you're from. If you're new to the channel and where you're from, feel free to leave me a message. And I hope you feel inspired today to get creative. So, and creative could be anything because it is National Crafting Month. Let's talk about that for a minute before we get started. So it could be anything. I mean, my second passion is quilting, and I try to quilt, but take time to quilt. I don't always. So I have a group of friends who pull me in to make sure that I'm spending some time sewing. It might not be quilting. Lately I've been working on fabric napkins. I love making fabric napkins. So tell me if you have a favorite craft that you like to do, and if you find time to do it as well. So let's get started, because I want this to be quick and easy and simple for you, okay? And we are going to, so I want to first share my share the teacups. I'm not sure if you guys saw the notice about an hour ago. I wanted to know what cup of tea should we use today, okay? So it could be the yellow, the green, the blue, the red, the solid red, or the leafy cup, okay? So I've got supplies cut and ready for each of them. So one lucky person's going to get a cut kit today, and one will get a pre-made card, the card that we make today. So so hopefully you guys are liking to have like kit supplies to go with it, okay? And you create your own, other than you'll definitely get one that's not stamped, but everything else can be done, okay? Okay, so I see we've got several joining in. So hi Betty and Shirley and Ann and Gail. So let's see who is responding. Gail has had this for a while. I have had too, and I'm like, I need to start using this stuff because this designer paper, let's showcase the designer paper while you guys are deciding what cup we should use here today. So so the red leafy Anne, or the blue leafy. so I was looking for my designer paper sheet on this. So this is a mix match of paper. So you're gonna kind of see it's 6 by 6. This is called Tea Boutique designer paper, and it just comes in a variety of, you know, you've got teacups, so there's smaller images, which is really nice. Let's see, we've seen those, the lemons, so I'm not sure if they're all here or not. Some kind of like greenery. And I've been so busy today, I haven't even drank anything other than my cup of coffee this morning. So all of a sudden I'm getting a tickle and I don't have any water on my desk. And here's some really fresh freesia flowers. Don't forget, there's some in colors. Let's see, fresh freesia. I have to look at my thing here. Yes, fresh freesia is retiring, okay? But the Starry Sky and the Parakeet Party and the Orchid Opulence, they are staying around. And then the back side, they're like a lot of patterns, which is kind of neat. So it makes it really universal for you to use. We've got some stripes, some grids, just some nice patterns. So So get inspired if you have this stuff and start using it. So I've got several ideas here. We are going to use a card sketch today. And before I forget, I'm going to write down some card winner numbers. Okay, so as we're, and I'll announce them at the end because I kind of forget to do this. All right, I've got some numbers written down, 2 numbers, so we'll see who wins later on, and I'll post the card samples later on, okay? Okay, so let's see, what colors? So I see the blue, let's see, the pink cup, and so I don't know, which one should we do? The pink cup. So this one, this is like the red cup. So this is red. So you know what? We're gonna go with this one, okay? And I gotta think. Here we go. And Colleen, you're a lucky winner. I have a few things to send to you. So, so we're gonna go with this one here. We got an assortment, blue and pink. Okay. Hi, Carol and Colleen. So we'll set those aside. So we're going to do the pink. And the other thing, I've already pre-done some embossing folders. So what I've done is embossed with our new, let me find them, online exclusive folders. These are 3D basic folders. So they're 3-dimensional. And so you can see, let's see, this one here. And I wish they had named them because it's really hard. Isn't that pretty? So there's that one. So tell me what you guys can help me decide which embossing background we should use. So here's number 1. Okay, it's kind of like a, I don't know, starfishy kind of look to me or something. Or number 2, this looks like a cross hatch to me. Okay, we used this the other day. They're not quite, there we go. You can kind of see it down here. The light is not the greatest. There we go. That's a little better, I think. So whether 1 or 2. And then the other folder, I just didn't think this went good with this design. This is the bumpy dot type folder. You can see all the raised dots on there, which is kind of, it can make a great background too for other things. But I didn't want to use it on this project. Okay, so what else do we, let's look at our bundle first. So here's the cup of tea stamp set. So we have dies that will die cut out the stamped images. We have tea tags. We've got a die that will cut out the leaf. There's sprigs here, a slice of lemon. Yeah, and I gotta look to make sure, here we go, that I've got my supply box here, because I didn't get out my tag here. And I just love to keep all kinds of fun things here for just this purpose. And then the dies are really cool. So we have like, so you could cut out the solid cup here, okay? And then you could cut out a second one to create this greenery, just like you see on the teacup. It cuts it out, you know, an outline type image, which is really cool. So there's a couple, I love that they've given us like some smaller tags, you know, that you can put in your tea. Here's the larger one. This fits the words really well. You could highlight your lemon slice a little bit more with an outline. Then we have some flower die cuts. This one here cuts out the sprig here. And then these will cut out this here. So these are flowers and leaves that go onto the sprigs here to kind of create a bouquet. So, okay, I think we have a winner. Number 2, we're going to do the crosshatch background. That was my favorite. I was hoping you would choose that. And then what I really, really love is they've got some hearts and these little tiny hearts. Love them. Okay, so it's a really cool set of dies that, and I don't think it's a bundle. Let me look. In the annual catalog, our 22 to 23 annual catalog, it is a bundle. Okay, you can see it on page 13, so you can save 10% if you don't have it. And here you can see the designer paper as well, and these matching tea boutique cards. We've used those in the past, and then I do have a sample using these. That's why I was late, because all of a sudden I was inspired to like, okay, Nancy, let's use this card base because we can do it. All right. So I'll show you that at the end. So let's see, let's get stamping, right? Let me move a few things out of the way, and we're gonna pull this back in. So a card sketch is really, really simple, okay? It's really a card base, and you're gonna, and I didn't do the sketch. That'll have to be part of my blog post. But I have a sample card. So we've got this. This is what inspired me. This is a card that I did a while ago, actually back in July of 22, with the butterflies. And so here's the sketch. I just followed the same measurements and then recreated it with the tea boutique instead of the butterflies, okay? And changed this around too, so you don't have to be exact. You can think out of the box. Here, there's a background. Let me take it out of the shiny envelope there. So, and I'll post this too, so you can see that there's the brick embossing folder, and then I use the same measurements and everything to create my card. So we're first going to start with this is a 3 by 3.5 inch square, and this one I cut 6 inches long by 1.5 inches. So I'm going to just attach this to the back side of this, okay? And I'm just angling it, so I've got like about 1/4 inch there and 1/4 inch there. So I'm gonna add some adhesive, and I'm pulling in some old snail adhesive that I still have kicking around on my desk for today. And I just kind of like look here and just kind of wing it, okay? There's no exact science. You just want to try to get it in the middle so we have room to cut off our ends, okay? I think this will be okay. So we've embossed our piece, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4. Oh yeah, that'll work. Okay, so we've got that attached. So I'm going to add just some adhesive here. And I don't really have to go to the total end because we're trimming, okay? So how do you line this up, okay? So I'm lining up my square here, or rectangle, I guess is what you want to call it. So I'm going side to side and top to bottom and just centering that rectangle on my card front. So easy. Look at that. It looks a little weird right now, and then we're going to flip it over and we're going to just trim off this excess designer paper. Okay, so it's looking pretty good, isn't it? And now we've got our strip here. We're going to attach this. Okay, and I'm going to just move it all the way over. I'm going to center it top to bottom. And I gotta just gotta add a thing here. And here, in case you're loving these supplies, you can find a host code to purchase any of them. So I'm looking at my designer paper. And I'm going to just decide, because I'm going to end up covering one side. So I think I'm going to switch it around this way. And I just want a little bit of that hint of red showing here of my rectangle. And that's it. So we're going to take, a piece of vellum, and we're going to cut it out with, I think it's called the decorative curvy punch. Something like that. Okay, so we're gonna, this just makes a nice soft background because I still wanted that designer paper to kind of show through a little bit. Okay, now we're going to create our teacup. All right, so here's, I've already stamped and die cut the teacup. So we're going to just take a little length of twine just for that tea bag to hang, right? And I gotta look for my glue dots. So we're gonna take some mini glue dots, and let's just stick one on the back here. And then I'm going to just stick my twine there, okay, so it catches it. And I know I'm going to want to dimensionalize this, so we're going to take a dimensional and we're going to just make sure it catches the twine there as well, okay, so that way we know it's going to be safe and secure. And our, you know, because like when you're having tea, doesn't that sometimes fall off, right? So so let's add that. And then let's add a mini glue dot on the back here so we can see that. And we're going to add this onto here. Okay, so we've got our hanging tea bag, right? You know what? Because that's like that, I think, yeah, I might leave that alone for a moment. How do I want to put this? Because I don't want to cover up that design. So I think I'm going to leave that alone. We're going to add some dimensionals on the back here. And I'm using up these extra dimensionals I've been hanging around. You see, you guys have like dimensional strips where you're using every I hope you are. I hope you're using every last little bit of them. These are from the mini dimensionals. I find them a little bit, the edges a little bit harder, like stiffer. So we've got that. So we're going to attach, whoops, I need a mini. And I just restocked my mini dimensionals because I was all out. So I want one on the handle here. And that's perfect for the mini, is to put one on the handle. So let's, oh, I'm trying to decide. I think we're going to put in our lemon slice, right? I think it'll be fine. So I've already stamped and die cut my lemon slice, okay? And you can see the sections of the lemon. So I'm going to just kind of go in just to the outer, to the rind part of my lemon. And I'm going to take a dimensional on that. Just the part, the larger part. And then we're going to just hook it over our teacup. Isn't that just adorable? Look at that. So we've got our little slice of lemon hanging out. So let's attach this now to our vellum piece, okay? Oh, I feel like I gotta sneeze. Okay, I'm having an awful day here. Okay, so let's, we're gonna just, hopefully I've centered that. No, I'm a little low. Here we go. Okay, so I've kind of got it on there, and now let's adhere the dimensionals, the T tag. There we go. Okay, so this, let's put this on our card base first. Okay. I'm going to pull out my liquid glue for this one. So how's everybody doing? Are you loving this? Hi, Sharon and Gail, welcome. I know the colors in this DSP are really nice because there's a lot of newing colors, core colors. And if you haven't heard by now, Stampin' Up! Is doing a color refresh with the new annual catalog. And we will have more information at the end of the month on the 29th. So I haven't determined whether I'm changing my live because I think that information is released in the afternoon at 3 p.m. So I might do it later. I haven't quite decided. I'm waiting for a little bit more information on that, okay? But stay tuned. So on the 29th, we might go a little bit later so that way I can share, if I can, the latest news. So we've got our teacup attached to our vellum, curvy vellum piece, decorative. And then I'm just putting liquid glue where the teacup is. I don't want to cover the whole thing because I don't want my glue to show. And it's not necessary either. So let's, I'm going to angle this because I just like that. And we're going to add a greeting, okay? So our choices are take care of yourself, right? or just a note. So what do you think? Which greeting should we go with? So here's take care of yourself. And I didn't stamp just a note, but let me find my scrap paper. And I know oh, here we go. It's right here next to me. Let me stamp just a note. I don't think I have any in here. Hang on. Whoops, there might be. There is. Okay, we don't even need to stamp. How good is that? Or we could do just a note. So what do you guys think? Take care of yourself or just a note? Love the layout, and we'll have the, will you? Yes, I will at some point, Carol. I know I'm really behind. I'm finishing up a class that I've been doing, so it's just a couple weeks left, and so my nose has been to the grindstone. But I will try to have them up as soon as I can. But it's really easy. If anything, it'll be a rough sketch, and it'll have the dimensions on there for you to use. Okay. All right. So take care of yourself. Just a note. Okay. We need a tiebreaker. Who's going to break the tie? So let me, I do like these colors. The sweet sorbet looks really sharp with that. And I kind of totally forgot about this cup with the leaves on it. So, and yeah. Okay. Let's see here. Just a note. Okay, we are going with just a note. Okay. Because that's majority. Here we go. So we're gonna just plop this here, and then I have some gems here. These are the Glassy Dots assortment, and I like the yellow ones, so we're gonna add some yellow ones on there. They're a little tough to pick up with my pick tool, so I'm using just my scissor tips. Those big ones are. And we'll just add a few of these gems on here. Okay. There we go. Did I get that straight? It doesn't look straight. Let's just peel that off a little bit. Okay, let's finish our inside. I didn't do paper for the envelope. Boy, I'm really slacking here today, but I'll make sure my samples. Let's see, can we pull what color? Let's pull a color out. What color do we want to do for the envelope? Oh, let's go with this. Okay, because I totally, and hopefully I have an envelope. There we go. Now I just need to make sure we have, let's pull this out. We need 2 3/8. Oops, it moved on me. Designer paper for our envelope flap. And we're going to pull in, let's see, Sweet Sorbet ink. Okay. Let me move this punch out of the way. And I have some 1/4-inch card pieces here. Let's pull these out. We're gonna take this little tiny flower here, and let's stamp this for the inside of our card. And let's, oh boy, okay, phew. I almost thought I dropped the designer paper that we needed. Let's add a couple of daisies for the outside on the front. Let me close this up before I make a mess, right? And then let's add some liquid glue to our envelope flap. And hopefully it's bright enough, because I totally forgot to turn my light on today. There we go. And I moved my remote control to turn it on. So here we go. Good thing it's not, well, it's a little gloomy out there, but not bad. It's not sunny. So those of you that are in sunshine, wow. Oh, I could have done this one too, but Guess I wasn't paying attention, but we'll go with the pink because we got a Blushing Bride card base. They say this is they don't list Blushing Bride in the description, but to me this hue of it just looks like Blushing Bride to me, because that's the base there. When you pull in, let me see if I can find Petal Pink. It just didn't look right. See the difference? I mean, you can kind of see it, but not totally. So I went with Blushing Bride. What do you guys think? Would you have chosen the pink, the Petal Pink, or the Blushing Bride? It just looked really stark to me. Okay, so we've got our envelope flap done. Isn't that pretty? And then let's add this on the inside, because there's plenty of room then to write a message to that someone special, right? Okay, so let's add a little bit of liquid glue. Oh, and I almost forgot. I have swaps to share with you from the the Irresistible Blooms bundle that I participated in with. So here we go. All right. So I hope you love this. Isn't that just pretty? So pull out that stamp set designer paper and just create something. So look at the sketch. Look at, how can you use this sketch with something you already have on hand, okay? It's a great time because there are a lot of little scraps, because that's what kind of pulled me to this, because I had a ton of like strips from a project, from a class, and I'm like, let's use these up. And look at all these. So I could still keep making cards if I wanted to. I just needed the larger piece, because you need 3 inches there for the background, or for this rectangle there. So okay, so let's look at the other designs that I wanted to share with you so you can get a feel for them. Let's tidy up the desk here so there's a little bit of room to show you everything. Okay, let's do that one last. And here we go. So remember, this was my inspiration. Okay, that's one we did. This was my inspiration with the butterflies. And then here's this one. So this one I used a yellow. This is a teacup cut out of the designer paper. Oh, and I forgot, I could add a little heart on there too. Okay, so there's that one. Here we've got a green teacup with the lemons, and I definitely need to add a lemon slice to that. Okay, and finish the inside. And then here, this is with the red teacup. So I love all the teapots on that strip there. So think about when you're cutting your strips that you're showcasing the designer paper the way you want, okay? And having 3 different ones that complement each other is a great way for you to pull it all together. And like your card base, make sure your card base is pulling in one of the colors. I pretty much went with this strip here is how I determined my card base. So we've got pink, and the yellow, like this one uses the Fresh Freesia. Okay, so finally here's this card. So this is got the Orchid Opulence in this one. So this one I was gonna totally cover up that teapot, so I moved my Take Care into the center as well, and I can still see my teapots, but I kind of like the stripe one. And I hadn't thought to pull out the greenery one until after I had this one put together. So this one's got a little surprise in it. Now this, so this is using let me grab this, the Tea Boutique card base. Can you see that outline there? So it just kind of softens it up. It looked better than just the cardstock, I thought. And of course it has the matching envelope, so it makes it really easy. But my little surprise, can you think about what I have inside this? I wouldn't recommend that you mail this, or if you do, to have it hand canceled and use the extra postage, okay? So here we go. So you can, maybe have a few of these. Maybe you're handing them out to a friend when you see them for lunch or something, or putting them in a basket, or whatever. But yeah, so this, I simply use one of our 3x3 envelopes that are in our catalog, and just added a little simple strip of designer paper over the top to decorate it a little bit, and popped in my tea bag. Okay, you just kind of fold your envelope flap inside, and there you go. So I hope this inspires you to get a little creative today. Remember, let me think here. So I want to talk to you about this colorful kaleidoscope kit. It's a new from our kit collection. So if you love to have something simple and easy on hand, this is a great way to gather these. You can see them in the online store, and it's an easy way. It's just something that if you go camping, or if you have friends over, or kids, they're great kits to have on hand to keep them occupied and busy. All right. And is there anything else I want to talk to you about? And don't forget, it's almost time for just a couple more days to subscribe to the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. It's a special kit. It's celebrating Paper Pumpkin's 10th anniversary. And there's a special stamp set. You can see it in that lower right hand corner. So you have a bonus stamp set in addition to the sets that come with the kit. So I hope you have enjoyed. Let me just go like this today, and you're definitely feeling inspired. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And I'm not sure, I haven't decided if I'm doing a YouTube live. I know I'm trying to be consistent, but it's such a busy week. So I'm going to just say no. I'm taking the pressure off for me and saying there's not going to be a YouTube live this Friday. Definitely next week, I don't think there's anything on the calendar. It's St. Patrick's Day. So definitely we will have one next week. I have a quieter week next week, okay? I'm pretty sure. I'll let you know next Wednesday for sure. But definitely take Friday at 3 off your calendar, and so forth. So thank you for joining me, and I wish you a happy Wednesday, and